Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing in two brand new quads from Charlotte Tilbury. She has been on fire. I thought I had everything I needed, and then I saw an ad on Instagram with this palette right here, and I was like, I saw the model had a silver eye and it said luxury palette of pops, and I was like, I know. I just reviewed a luxury palette of pops, which is this one right here. And I was like, there's no silver in there. So I go on her website and I see this one. This is the Starlight luxury palette of pops. But not only do I see this, I also see this beauty. Like, here we go again. I am dropping some coins at Charlotte Tilbury because I've really been enjoying the stuff that she's been putting out. And this particular one is an Exagger-Eyes, and it's so stinking pretty. I'm going to be showing you guys tutorials with both palettes. So the luxury palette of pops and then this new palette here. So stick around for those. And then I'm going to have linked down below the one that I had just done with the original, the Supersonic luxury palette of pops, so that you guys can see the differences. And I'm going to also compare it to Pillow Talk, this one right here, because initially when I opened this up I was like, oh, that shade kind of looked, but yeah, we will get into it. So I'm going to give you guys all the information, and then I'm going to do these two looks, and also I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to use these palettes, because I know not everybody understands or likes or thinks that these are pigmented, and there's definitely kind of a learning curve to them, and I think that they are special. So I'm going to get into all that, and first off, I'm going to start off on the Charlotte Tilbury website. I'm going to start off with the luxury palette of pops in Starlight. Again, these are all shimmers. You can see in the swatches. And according to the Charlotte Tilbury website, it only says online exclusive. So I don't know if this is going to be limited edition or not, because on the picture, it just says online exclusive. It retails for $53, and it is an eyeshadow quad of Starlight-inspired color-coded hues for smoldering, light-to-dark, supernatural eye makeup. Charlotte has bottled the magical and metallic light play of the galaxy's planets to create 4 intergalactic eye-glowing shades that gild the eye with an otherworldly, decadent, metallic effect. The next palette is the bigger, brighter, exaggerated eyes, and online this one is saying that it is limited edition. Hopefully she makes this one permanent. I know we're all waiting for the Pillow Talk to come out. Again, that one will be re-released, and I've actually heard that it might become permanent. So let's have our fingers crossed. I don't have any confirmation of that. I just know that it's going to be coming back out. But this one is currently listed as limited edition. And this one only contains one of those shimmer shades, and then you guys can see the rest of the swatches here. On the Charlotte Tilbury website, in all caps, it reads, for a limited time only, bigger, brighter eyes in Exagger-Eyes is an eyeshadow palette quad featuring an ivory cream, rose gold, red brown, and a transparent sparkle shade to create the illusion of wider, brighter looking eyes inspired by the sparkling, eye-widening filters of social media. Before I get into the tutorials, I want to tell you guys how I prime my eyes when I know I'm going to be using these types of shadows. So I'm going to kind of show it to you as well. These I do not really like to use wet. I do not feel that they work as well whenever you're taking your brush with like a traditional metallic shade and putting it onto the eye. I don't think they work their best on top of a set eye either. So what I like about these are the sheen and the sparkle without it being overboard. And if you use these correctly, oh my gosh, you can get one of the most beautiful eye looks you have ever seen. So if you look at these and you swatch them, they kind of have like this wet look to them. They have a little bit of glitter in here, but they're not chunky or anything like that. And they are just different than anything else out there. So what I like to do, especially when using these here, so this one and the Supersonic Girl, this one here. So I'm going to link the tutorial when I used this one down below. When I am priming my eyes, I use Tarte Shape Tape. Nothing wrong with it. I clean up underneath my brow. I put it all over my lid, and then I go ahead and I do my foundation and powder, and then I will come back and set certain areas. I do it later and not right away because I want the Tarte Shape Tape to set up. I don't want it to be super sticky whenever I'm going in with any of the shadows. So here I'm going to show you, I've had this Shape Tape on for a little while now. I have all my foundation and powder on, and I'm going to take my favorite bone colored shade, which is MAC Blanc Type on a MAC 252, and I'm setting my brow arch on the outer corner of the eye, and I do that area because in case of any blending, I don't want to catch on my skin because it's harder to take away, and then the inner portion of the eye, but not the lid. If you're super uncomfortable, you can go all the way down to the crease, but I don't set the crease with this at all. I basically am setting all of this right around the perimeter. So it just kind of makes it easier to where there's not going to be any harsh lines or anything like that. And if you make any kind of mistake, it's easier to clean up. But then the rest of the Shape Tape has not been set. If I have to have any creasing or anything, I'll just go back in with the brush and I will tap out the creasing beforehand. But other than that, like, it's not tacky, but it still has some grip to it, and I feel like these shadows need that. Now that we know how I prime my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start off with this look here using the Bigger, Brighter Exagger-Eyes. To start off, I'm taking the MAC 242 and the glitter shade in the palette, and I am packing it on the lid, but I'm going to avoid the outer crease because I know I'm going to be putting a matte shadow there. And then I'm kind of taking the brush and I'm turning it on its side, and I am putting that glittery shade all the way up into the crease. Next, I'm taking the top right shade with the MAC 217. This is the natural hair version, and I am putting this into the crease and then blending it upwards. This shade does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but I think it works nicely in the crease. With the 221, I'm taking the darkest shade in the palette and I'm putting that on the outer corner of the eye, halfway into the crease, and then I'm kind of going to start smoking it upward on the outer corner, just to create a little bit of smoky effect and a little bit of depth. And then with the same shade, same brush, I'm going to work that along the lower lash line. MAC 242 again, and the white shade, and I'm taking that on my brow arch. You can see the intensity, it is gorgeous. And then I'm also going to take that into the inner corner just to make everything pop. And then the very last thing, I'm going to take my ring finger and the glitter shade one more time, and I'm basically going to melt everything together. I'm tapping this over where I already had that shade, and then kind of over the edges of all the other shades. I just kind of want this to blend together and look just really shimmery and blended together. And then to finish off the look, as always, I use just mascara and then the two Milk makeup liners. On the top, I use CEO, which is a dark brown, and on the bottom, the nude is BCC. Moving on to this cool toned silvery look, I'm starting off with the dark green all over the lid, packed on with the Sonia G Builder 2. And I'm taking this all the way up to the crease, but not passing it. Same shade on the lower lash line with a MAC 219 pencil brush. I am working that back and forth, and I want a lot of pigment there. If you want to avoid any kind of fallout, or if you feel like you're a little bit messy, just slightly dampen the brush with the pigment on it. On a MAC 221 and the light green shade in the palette, I'm blending out the outer 3/4 parts of the crease, just kind of smoking it upward, but I'm not going to take this shade into the inner portion of the crease because I'm going to apply a different shade there. With a new 221, because I'm changing colors, I'm taking the blue, and I'm taking that to the part that I skipped with the lighter green. I'm taking it on the inner portion of the crease and blending it out in that section to add a bit of pop. I think this adds just the perfect bluish silver sparkle to that inner crease that is gorgeous. I'm taking that light green again on the 221 to blend out the dark green on the lower lash line, just back and forth windshield wiper motions. Same 221 and the dark green, I'm going to put that on the outer crease to create a seamless blend and have just a little bit more smokiness right on that outer portion of the eye. But again, do not go where I applied the blue shade. On a Wayne Goss number 5, I'm taking the white shade on the inner corner, bringing it up just slightly to brighten up where the blue is. And then I'm taking the white shade again on the brow arch with a Delium 776. I don't want this to be as pigmented on the brow arch. To finish off this look, I wanted to use a blue liner, so I used the Milk Makeup liner in Biz, and I put that on the top and lower inner rim, and again, just mascara. All right, now that you guys have seen both looks, I want to tell you guys how I personally feel about these palettes. I think they're beautiful. I think they're sophisticated. I said that a million times about her palettes, and I really like the tones that she has been putting out, especially the one I have on today. I love Pillow Talk. I mean, I even love the warm toned one, the luxury palette of Pops, this one here. I think that all the ones that she has put out in these quads are impeccable. You just have to kind of get used to using them. But if you don't like all shimmer shades, you don't like an all metallic kind of looking eye like that last one, just skip on the luxury palette of Pops, both of them. Just skip them. The other ones like Pillow Talk and the one I have on right now just have that one shimmer shade in it, so it's a little bit easier if you are intimidated. I want to show you this palette up against the Pillow Talk. And I'm also going to rank these, like which ones I like more. Okay, so this one is Pillow Talk, and this one is the Exagger-Eyes. Initially, I thought that this matte shade was the same. I'm going to insert a picture. They're definitely not. You can see that the one in the Exagger-Eyes is darker and deeper than the one in Pillow Talk. I'm telling you, I've tried to find some dupes for this, and it just has not worked out for me. But both of them are beautiful. So I want to rank these. I'm going to say Pillow Talk is my favorite out of the 4. This one would be my second favorite, the Exagger-Eyes, the one I have on right now. I feel like you could get a variance in looks. I know that this right here looks still kind of pinky because of the other tones I used, but this one is kind of like a taupe-ish sparkle shade. And this white, how pigmented it is, I just absolutely love that because it really makes the eyes pop and stand out. So those are my 2 favorites. And then between these 2, this is hard. Oh, I don't know, because I've really been into cool tone looks. Like I'm gonna have to say that these are equal playing grounds right here. I don't think I could pick between the 2. They both performed amazing. I love the pop of blue in this one. I love it, like how I put it on the inner corner. I just think that they are stunning. So to me, it's going to be like, do you want something warmer toned or do you want something cooler toned? I wish I had this palette already when I did my cool toned favorite palettes, because this would have been inserted into that video. So just in your mind, know that this is also a favorite. All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.